Hey everybody, thanks for joining us for Politically Incorrect Knitters. I'm Deplorable Knitter. This is the lovely Ann Pinkova, as always. And sorry we're doing it on a Thursday night. I'll tell you the story real quick before we get going, Ann. So we were going to do it Saturday, right? And last night I called Ann in a panic because I
Or
saw on
that.
the news that I was a bit panicked because I've been a little flaky lately. Finally, everybody's feeling better, but on the news, they were like, 7,000 people are not going to have any power on Saturday. And I called Ann and I'm like, we can't do Saturday because I'm going to be sitting in my house in the dark. So
Yeah.
here we are on a random
Making no
Thursday.
noise
Thanks
and
for
pretending
coming.
that you're not there. Like, what do I do without internet? I don't know.
I actually am going to take down my Christmas tree. My husband's like, but there's not going to be any power. And I'm like, but why do I need power to do that? I mean, even if it's a dark day, I'll still be able to like navigate the house. I'll have a candle or something, right?
Light a little candle so you can take down your Christmas tree.
But he's so funny. So yeah, so we were gonna totally do our regular Saturday morning. We were totally prepped for it, and then like thousands of people in like 3 different counties are not gonna have power. So hey, thanks for joining us tonight. um,
Oh,
so
but
we
before
got our winner.
we do have our winner. We do of the Chicken Lady Fiber Arts self-striping sock peppermint stick. Our winner is, and I gotta get it right because there's numbers, is Dawn MC3101 is the winner. So congratulations.
Congratulations.
Email us at politicallyincorrectknitters@gmail.com with your address, and I'll get that sent to you with some little goodies. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so there you go.
Yeah,
Winner. Merry Christmas.
congrats. Yes, Merry Christmas, winner, winner. Um,
Yes.
and man, Chicken Lady, she got me again. She sent a
I
newsletter.
know.
I ended up ordering I think it's Yellowstone,
Mhm.
not the multi-pack, but the one skein that had the different colors on it because I'm a sucker for those. A sucker
They
for
are
like a
very
skein
pretty.
with like colors. I can't help it.
Yes, the new stuff that she's coming out with this year, she wants to do some like national park theme. So she like DK said that there's a Yellowstone set and there's a pattern and
Hmm.
with all the different colors and knitting that. But there's also the one that is sort of like it looks like those Pendleton blankets basically with the kind of rainbowy fade on it.
I don't know what
But
those are.
oh, they're very pretty and very expensive and wool. But it has kind
Oh,
of the same kind of
yeah.
color scheme that reminded me of that. They're lovely. And also, and here comes our promo code. Um, this year, how last year, Lynn focused on like different flowers
Flowers.
for different months. This year she's doing birds. So January, our code is Cardinal 20 PIK. And the cardinal yarn that she has is just beautiful.
It's
And
very pretty.
speaking of famous plaids, it looks like Burberry, but more red focused. So
Hmm.
it's like that really rich, strong red through it, and then blacks and browns and whites in there. It's beautiful, beautiful yarn.
It is very pretty. Um, and Anne has our giveaway too for this month.
Yes, which
It's
is
very
also
pretty.
yes. This one is icy blue, and it's very delicate.
It
I don't
is.
know because it's all warm lighting in here if you can see it very well, but it is just the most perfect pure color. It's very pretty. Anyways, so lovely for January.
Yep. It's a nice wintry color without being oppressive, so that's fun.
Right.
Nice and
Right.
light.
And it's
But
it's also one that matches well with other things too. Like this
it plays
is
well with everybody.
it plays well with others, plays really well with others. This one I've shown before, but it's one of Chicken Lady's one of a kind colors, and it's
Hmm.
lovely with it. I mean, you can play around all day and it's just happy.
Yeah,
It,
that's always
oh,
nice.
hang on. Sorry. This is the meh colorway with the ice blue. That's very pretty. Sorry.
People in the comments are talking about how cold it is. Somebody said it's 50 in Texas and they're cold, and then Ceci saying that it's 49. Um, my husband and I were talking. It was in the 20s today, and he's not usually cold, but he said the wind chill was really like biting today.
Mhm.
and Anne is in the middle of the, tundra, so I'm sure it's cold there.
24 degrees.
It could be worse.
Or-
On,
yeah.
on that
As
day
far
we're
as
supposed
tundra goes, we've been having a great winter.
Yeah. But on that day that everybody's supposed to not have power, we're supposed to get like 3 inches of snow, and it's gonna be like, but it is gonna go up until like the 30s, so it won't be terrible. But
Right.
it's like, guys, why we gotta have a power outage in the middle of winter? Like, come on.
Yeah.
So, oh wow.
But
So we're here today. I mean, obviously to see all you guys, but also because we send each other Christmas presents, and it's like Christmas time,
Mhm.
and we have them, and we're gonna open them. So
and we are small children, and I love presents. I just do, and it's gonna be a yarn present, so I'm very excited.
who doesn't love yarn presents? I mean,
We are a knitting show. We do like yarn.
my mom and I, did I tell you what we got each other? We
No.
split a gift card to the local yarn store because they were doing a promo where if you bought $100 gift card, you got $20, an extra $20 to spend. And I said to my mom, because she was like, "What do you want?" And I said, "Why don't we just go to the yarn store together? Won't that be so much fun?" So yeah, yarny presents for the win always. But
anyways, so you want me to go first? You want to go
yes.
first?
No, you go first.
Okay.
Have at it. Anne already opened her box though and took stuff out, so whatever.
I did. Well, I didn't know if it was time sensitive. Okay, gosh.
If it was time sensitive, I would have told you.
That was it. Because, and I showed this off the other day, but now it's full of tea. That you sent me a lovely deplorable knitter mug, and then on the other side, flip.
It's not just a deplorable knitter mug. This was a special one.
It is a special PIK mug. That's very exciting.
Yes. Before you start, somebody wanted to know how they announce an outage in advance. There's something wrong with a pole, and they have to make repairs. That's how we know that there's going to be an outage over the weekend. So that's my saga about the power. There you go.
So besides my lovely mug, I got a advent calendar from you, which is very nice. There's the Christmas cowl. The pattern is all printed out and lovely in there.
And knowing Anne, she won't make the cowl, so that's fine.
Hey,
I know you.
I know you do.
I will be amazed if you actually make it.
Like that right here.
That's what we do.
I know. Oh, and I don't know that we've said on stream yet, but Neil is going to be joining us later. So
Yep. He's coming too.
Open the things. We got some lovely little stitch markers. They're very festive.
And I should make you. Hold on.
What?
Oh, what happened? That wasn't anything. Let me try again.
I can just do this. Woo. There we go.
Hey, it's Anne. It's the Anne show.
And you can see the queen too.
Hello, Your Majesty.
Yes. The fishmonger's queen. I love her. But yeah, there's little stitch markers. And I don't know if you want me to like open all of your advent calendar goodness.
That's up to you.
Out here.
Like I said, I think anybody who is following along Advent style has already opened all the stuff. So
okay. Well, I got color number 1. That's very bright and beautiful. Look at that.
And all of the colors were from Revolution Yarn, and she did a beautiful job. Beautiful job.
Mm-hmm. And I do love how I mean, I know that you said before when you were talking about them, look at that. It's very bright yellow. I like that. Could make some very pretty Nerdrotic beanies. I'm just saying. Not that I would. I probably will. But
and
yes.
You kill me.
Well, when you only have so much bright yellow. And then there's some teal. Very pretty. Well, I did say on Knitting Wars, if you haven't caught it, that one of these are all okay. These are very lovely, but they're like really great tonals.
Yeah.
Purple. And anyways, that one of the thing. Sorry, I'd say ooh every time. I should move my noises around. But no, I never finished my first thought. I love that they're caked up already and they fit very well in these little boxes, like you said. But got some really, really great red. But that my kind of goal going into this next year is that I do want to do more of the Intarsia logo patterns because I mean, I love doing it. It's fun. But also kind of putting those charts out there and plugging them into like my basic beanie pattern that was in the first magazine of Blocked, because all of the information is there. But I know that people don't really like to do the Intarsia stuff so much. So like if I just sit there and do a little bit of the math and help people out, then it might make it more of an accessible thing, I guess. Yeah. Or not. Maybe I'll just do work and it'll be for me. But maybe there'll be one guy who's like, you know what? I want that Nerdrotics beanie and I'm going to knit it. So here's to you.
And you're my favorite.
Okay. Ooh, and the last one is like this this hunter green that's a little bluey. Here. And I'm gonna take these all out. And I drop stuff.
Yeah. I wanted a rainbow, but I didn't want like an obnoxious rainbow. Like I wanted it to be something that a grown-up could wear and not feel silly. You know.
Right. I get it.
Not that a grown-up can't wear a regular rainbow either, but you know what I mean. I was trying to explain to my kids the difference.
And you do love a rainbow. You crazy.
I do love a rainbow. I do. Which I know I'm not allowed to, but I still do.
Here. Oh, these are very pretty. Hang on. So if I flip them all into their box, you can see them all at once. This really is like Christmas in here with all the boxes flying everywhere. But you can see them all together. And they're
I still love them so much.
There we go. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Those are lovely. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Even if I don't use them for the appropriate cowl.
That's okay.
And hang on. And your lovely little boxes.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun putting everything together, I won't lie. I mean, it was stressful. I can't even begin to tell you how much stress I had while doing it, but also fun.
Uh-huh. What is... Oh, we have a little cat. I assume that's a cable.
It is a cable needle. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. That's very cool.
Those tiny boxes are hard to open. Like
I know.
It was difficult.
Okay. Oh, we have some made with love little leather labels for like hats and things. That's very cool. Oops. Let's try not to drop everything on the floor. Yeah. A pin that says sip sip knit. Little coffee things. Very nice. See, if I was a good girl and opened these on days, I wouldn't feel so much like I'm just gutting it, just right here.
You're fine.
Ooh.
You could have opened them on days, but you know, we're kind of doing this together, so you know.
Uh-huh. And then I have some very lovely beads. So that's very...
Because there is a section that if you choose to do the cowl, has a bunch of beads on it. That'd
be perfect for that.
Which is why they're in there. I gave you everything except the needles to do the project in case you wanted to. Just in case.
Right. And I also have this, which I don't believe is part of the Advent.
It is.
It is part
It
of the
goes
Advent.
with it. It coordinates.
Oh. So it's this lovely sort of a wheat color.
That's exactly the color.
Mhm. That is very nice. Well, thank you.
You are welcome.
I am going to have a lot of fun with this.
Yeah, it's all fingering weight, which is so weird for me, but you know, I know that you are going to have a blast with it, so that's fantastic.
I do love fingering weight.
I know. I don't know why. It's horrible.
I know, what's that?
It's too long. I don't have enough time in my life.
I like it for garment knitting, but anyways, do you want to switch and do your box?
I guess so. Oh, hey, Amy. Amy's in the comments.
Hey.
What's up? So, I got my presents from Anne, which are a little bit more varied, I believe.
Yes, they're not so directly yarny.
What happened to you? You left me?
Just a video a second. There you go. Oh, and
Thing
Amy.
number one's for my people. What's up?
No, I was going to say that Amy in the comments, remember that's her whodunit. So get in those emails, even though she was on our show Tuesday. She knows.
But yeah, do it. So package number one's for my kids, so you guys aren't allowed to know what it is. Ooh, milk chocolate tea cakes. Lovely.
Nice.
I've never had tea cakes. Let's see. Chill the hell out when you need to pretend you're on a beach somewhere sipping an alcoholic beverage. Apparently it's some essential oil because I've been slightly stressed lately.
Those, I will say, those are from BS Designs. That there's
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And then this is another one. Calm the fuck down for when the anti-bitch stick doesn't work. That's so fantastic. Okay. I needed that.
They do smell really good, though. I might give them a little sniff sip.
The whole box smells good, so that's probably where it was coming from, you know? Jammy Dodgers. I don't know what those are either, but I'm sure they're wonderful. So
they are featured in Doctor Who, but yes, they're very good.
And why would I know that?
There's no reason you should know that, but they're great. They're a shortbread cookie with raspberry in the middle.
That sounds delicious. And you're not helping me with my I'm gaining too much weight thing I've got going on here.
Well, it's Christmas.
I know. Ooh, Cocoa Mix. Cocoa Mix.
Mm-hmm.
My kids will immediately try to steal it. On the power outage day, we'll have some hot cocoa. Won't that be nice?
Perfect.
And then here is a lovely skein of some tweed because it's from Anne, so of course it's tweed. It's very pretty. You can't really tell because my lighting's kind of funny, but it's, I don't know if it's an orangish color or a peachish color, but it's very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I almost dropped my box. And then there's one giant thing in here.
It is.
I can't open it. I don't have any scissors. I moved all my stuff away from my seat, and now I don't have my scissors here.
Well,
I got it. Mm-hmm.
A little bit for, a little. It's a bit for your kids too, which you'll see shortly.
Anne got me, apparently, the entire Star Trek series on DVD. So, because there's several of these.
Yes, the complete original series of Star Trek with William Shatner.
The one with William Shatner?
Yeah.
So there you go. Look at that. Now my family and I have to watch Star Trek. My husband's going to love it. Thank you, Anne.
No, I mean, remember, I've said this a couple times before, but specifically when Epic Mike was on, we're like, no, this is essential for childhood education. It's a good time. The kids are like at the perfect age for Star Trek. Just they are. Just
We'll see.
and they love Harry Potter. So Harry Potter, fun adventures. There's some wacky stuff going on with magic. And
Mhm.
you know, Captain Kirk, it's aliens instead. It's a great time.
It is a great time. I had to turn my light up slightly so I could see this color better. It's very pretty. Thanks, Anne.
Yeah.
I love our Christmases together.
You're like, thanks, Anne. That was weird.
I expect things I would not pick out for myself from you, and that's not a bad thing. That's just now I will watch Star Trek. I've never seen any of it. So there you go. Must expose
fun.
children to both. What's TOS?
The original series, which is what you
Oh.
have.
Okay, and Next Generation. Look, we'll see what we can get through. Anne has
One
gotten
at a
us.
time. If you
the
just have a
complete
little
set.
Star Trek, you should have the original. That's what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, I like to watch William Shatner on the History Channel nowadays. He likes to talk about, I think he has a show called The Unexplained. My husband really likes it. So we'll watch him on this, we'll watch him on that. I don't know if we'll get into any more, but that's fine.
No, I love
It is
William
hot in here.
Shatner and everything. Just
Yeah.
even what was
he's
that
pretty
bad
fabulous.
cop show he did?
I have no idea.
I'm trying to remember. But anyways.
I liked him in Miss Congeniality.
Hey.
I mean,
I also liked him in the Nuremberg trials. I
haven't seen that one.
Not the point of the film, but TJ Hooker, that was it. Liz Clothier knows the show.
Never
I was
heard
really
of it.
bad toupee in that one, but
Apparently he was also in Boston Legal. I don't know. That's fun.
oh,
Cool.
I haven't
Yep,
seen
TJ
Boston.
Hooker.
That's not unlike
Me neither.
Anyways.
No, no idea. So
Anyways,
cool. Cheers. The kids are gone tonight at Grandma and Grandpa's house, so we can't start it. Hey, but my husband will be running the generator on Saturday, so we'll watch DVDs.
there you
make
go.
him do it with us. So,
and I was trying to think because here little
I'm a little I think I got a little embarrassed being on the big screen. It's a little nerve-wracking. I don't know.
No, but I was trying to think because you know, of like the classic like bring you in Star Trek episodes, and everyone talks about, you know, Trouble with Tribbles is one of them, and I like personally I'm like I don't really like that one, but that's a kid one. That's a I don't know.
Okay. We'll see how the little ones like it.
Yeah, see if they get into it.
I don't know. My littlest, they have a tendency to wander away when we're watching like movies and stuff, so I don't know. But the older one might. We'll see.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. So, then the other thing we didn't do, friends, is that because Chicken Lady sent us our advents, I still have my advent right here, and we never opened them. I blame mostly me and my family for getting the flu, because really we were messed up for days and days and days. So we were going to do our Chicken Lady advents. Think we got time?
Think we got time.
Okay.
I closed my box. Fool. Hi.
I don't have mine in order, so let's see.
Right.
This is got candy wrappers in it, so that's the one that had the candy in it that I already ate. So
here too, because I have the pattern by Miss Liz Clothier. Thanks, Liz. But show off the previous ones that we have the Riddell High, which is this really fantastic red and white. Then I don't remember which.
We got the stitch markers.
Stitch markers, very lovely.
And one of them's Sandra D, right? The purplish one is Rizzo.
Okay.
That one. because I wanted her to make me a full skein, and she says she doesn't have the recipe for them. So
Oh, it's okay.
maybe someday I'll get what I want. Although, didn't the stone say you can't always get what you want?
That's right.
So I guess that's the story.
All right.
Can you tell that I'm feeling so much better?
Yeah.
It's really me and my nonsense. You can tell it's better.
Right. Oop. Here, 1 second. This is the nearest knitting needle to me. Give me 5 seconds, and then I can stab these skeins as we go. So they can
Nice
be a
idea.
lovely little lineup when we finish. There we go.
Cool. I found number 3, so I'm waiting for you now.
Number 3. Okay, sorry.
Are you opening it?
I am, but I wanted to highlight Amy's comment.
Yeah, no. I think that she still says it right, and I still say it right, so no, boo-boo.
Okay. I sometimes say my own last name wrong when read, so.
Are you ready?
I am.
This is Beauty School Dropout. Oh, you can't even see it. My color is so bad tonight. I'm sorry, guys. Anne's is better. Kind of.
I have to turn it down a little. Ooh. There you go.
Let's see if I can.
Can you see it, Joe? Can you?
So pretty.
It's very pretty. I don't know if we're going to read the full things as they go.
Do you want to?
I mean, I do believe that Lynn did on her own podcast. So if we want to.
Yeah, it's Beauty School Dropout. Here, you guys can pause it right here if you want to read it from my thing. So there you go. I really like that color though. It's got a little bit of yellow in it too, which if you've watched long enough, you know I don't really like yellow, but this is an acceptable use of it, so I'm a fan.
Well, I love yellow, so it's why we work so well as a team.
Are you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
I already opened mine.
All right.
Ooh, I'm a fan of this one too. The Pink Ladies, that's why.
Oh.
Very pretty.
Yeah, it is very pretty. It's kind of, I want to say that it's like a touch of kind of a mauve-y, that it's
it's got some of the bright pink from the one before it, but it's a little bit more muted in the next one, which is really pretty. So
it's
cool.
kind of a closer to dusky rose, I guess, is thing.
Oh, look at how, Anne, you're so smart.
I'm thinking. All right. But yes, the Pink Ladies, little girl gang.
You're making a yarn kebab.
That's right. All right, so.
Ah, I dropped it.
No.
In this one, we got some chewing gum.
Did I skip
Maybe
one?
you didn't. Number 5?
Oh, yes. There's gum with the yarn. I'm like, is it gum separately?
No. Beeman's chewing gum.
Nice. Sweet. All right, I'm excited. I like weird gum. But
I like weird gum.
I do. There. Okay, so at the international store, it was called black gum from Japan, and it was like a I don't know, like a menthol gum that had caffeine in it. It was awesome. I had a lot of it. So
that's cool.
Yeah,
so this is School Dance. It's got some of the mauve colors from the others, but now we're going more red.
Right.
A little bit fun.
Kind of the bright red to match the Riddell. Oh, the Pink Ladies in there.
What are we on now? 6?
Yes.
I'm glad I can count.
That's why you're in charge.
Oh, good gracious.
And ooh,
Ooh. We have made a turn into the reds now.
right. This
is pretty. This is Grease Lightning. Go Grease Lightning, burning up the quarter mile. Grease Lightning, go Grease Lightning. See, I'm so much better when I feel well. And sorry, I just sang everybody. Why she put the numbers on the bags, you cheaters. Yes, but I was able to keep track.
Numbers on bags doesn't mean that we can count. That's a little ableist.
Speaking of ableist, I sent Neil the funniest thing. I should have sent it to you too. I didn't though. It was about removing ableist talk from crafting. It was funny. I'll have to share it with you guys later.
Yeah, this is very pretty. It's very sharp contrast too, which I like. That is
I'm really digging this red. Yep. Oh, and then I didn't notice it, but when I put it down, like there's almost like a little bit of a bluish color for part of this, like or a purplish. I noticed it when it was my lighting. My lighting's not doing well today. I found this in there. Did you have one too?
Hang on.
I don't know if it was just for me or... Oh, wait, I got 2 of them. What'd you get, you nerd?
Sorry, I had just thrown the bags on the floor. I'm like, wait, was there something in that bag? I don't. Ruffle. I didn't see any.
She likes me better than you.
It earlier, and I removed it and forgot it because I have had this open for a bit. But
yeah, I know. Me too.
We gotta get clipping.
Okay.
Number 7.
Ooh, I want this one. I want all of this one. I'm in the right one, right? I didn't pull out the tag. We go together.
We go together.
We go together like ram ding dong.
This.
We're still getting more viewers, but I thought my singing would scare everybody away.
They're gone. This is okay. This is very pretty. That it has so it's black and white, but there's like little bits of like light blue and yellow and purple. It's kind of stained glass windows a little bit. The sort of
really pretty
light pastels in there. That is beautiful. Hang on. Again. Slap it right on there. Yeah, see how it goes?
I'll take some pictures of these too, like get some good lighting on them and take them so that y'all can enjoy them. Okay, number 8.
8.
Hopelessly Devoted. I'm not going to sing this one to you guys because it's not my favorite.
Renditions can be found with any woman vacuuming the floor in her own house with the Grease soundtrack playing.
I actually really like this. I love green. It's white and black and green, and then there's a little bit of that purple still in it, which you wouldn't think goes, but it goes.
Yeah,
and it's lovely.
Look at so.
Oh, and there's a little bit of blue.
Yeah, how the twist goes so that in the color transition between the light and the dark that you have sort of the fades up to that. That is
so pretty. Lynn, you've knocked it out of the park. Okay, what was that? 8?
8. Here we got 9.
I got 9.
Ooh.
I like it. 9 is T-Birds. T-Birds. Look at this. Ooh, it's like gray and black and gray. Very nice.
Got some lovely lovely variegation in there. That's very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And hang on, putting them together. You can kind of see the darker ones together.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Very
feeling it.
that's here and hope moving out hopelessly devoted. That the change between the kind of like you said stained glassy one versus
Mm-hmm.
the T-Birds gray and black. Those are very
pretty. Yep.
anyways.
Ready?
Ready?
Summer Nights. I also won't sing this song to you guys. Oh, so pretty.
Ooh.
Oh, it's so pretty. And my color is just totally blown out, but it's black and white, and the pink has made a comeback with the blue and speckles, and
yeah,
love it. Love this one, Lynn. Love it.
I really like. Okay, it's all beautiful, but the way that bright blue is, and there's little tiny black speckles in it too.
Yes.
That's very pretty.
Yes. And like I said, my colors stink, but it's very pretty.
All right. 2 more to go.
Mm-hmm.
11.
Are you sure?
Don't put me in charge.
Love is a many splendored thing. I haven't looked at the yarn yet, but that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Ooh. Blues, greens. There's my green again. With some white.
I think just a little tiny bit of pink. Just a little.
I was gonna say, there's a bit of pink.
Mm-hmm.
I wish my lighting wasn't better in here. It's what we get for doing this at nighttime. So pretty.
Yeah, there's just a little tiny, and you can't see it on my lighting either. That does.
And that blue is so pretty.
Right, but the way that it blushes just slightly with the green and the blue. There we go.
Yeah, can't see it, but there you go. There is pink there, I swear.
Little tiny bit.
And then the last one. Yeah, I know the pink is not showing, but it's there. We're not lying, I swear.
Here, and then if we stick it next to its fellow, where you have the blue, pink, black with the. All right. Last one.
Do something with this.
Last one, and then Neil can finally join us. Sure, he's.
Yes. And then this one is it is about Grease, the movie. But look at this color. This is fabulous. Fabulous.
Okay, it's teal, but it has little speckles of black in it, and
darker blue, like the other one. I mean, it totally like look at
represent the cover.
Look at. I mean, look at how they just go together. What?
Like 2 straws in a Coke.
Yeah, so pretty.
This is very lovely. Here, and I will, as I set this to the side, I will have to do the coming around with the bag for wrapping paper, just as you do every Christmas. But here we go. Let me loose them so they're all facing outward.
Do you want me to put you on big screen again?
Oh, it's fine. Here. we've seen them, but look at that fade.
Pretty, pretty.
Yeah. Those are beautiful, Lynn. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I am stoked. I am probably not going to make the thing that Liz Clothier designed. I'm sorry, Liz. But I have some cool ideas for them, and so I'm kind of excited. So, wear them as a necklace.
That's right, just like...
Does she have her 2024 Advent ready yet? I don't think so. I think it's slightly early.
Come on, guys.
She knew what she was doing last year, so she might know. I don't know. No, that was a thing on Craft Snark, though. People were pissed because they had, like, the Advents ended and then they started for new ones. Is this supposed to be knit into a scarf? It is a shawl, I believe. I did not actually see the pattern that goes with it. It was omitted from my box, but that's okay.
Well, I have. Hang on. I don't know. I assume I'm allowed to show this off, but I do
why not?
have a picture of the shawl on the back. Let's see.
Oh, cool. It's a different kind of shape. That's nice. So
Yeah, that's very nice.
that was fun. Thanks for, yeah, somebody asked in the comments, Liz, if you're still here, where's your pattern posted so they can find it. But Neil has been backstage for about 20 minutes now, so we're going to bring him on because he was coming to join us too.
Yeah, I've been at the window looking in
Just with your nose.
in the snow.
When will they let me in from the cold?
But no,
Yeah,
it's just like
sorry.
watching it normally. I would only be watching
Yeah.
normally, so it's no difference, is it? Except I've
Yeah.
been doing a lot of oohing and ahhing, as if you could hear me, like, ooh, that teal one. Ooh.
Yeah, there's a couple of them that, I mean, like, I like them all, but there's a couple that I'm like, I wish we could get full skeins of because I would be like draping myself in them. But that's okay. We'll work it out. Oh, Liz said that it was just for Lynn's advent. So I guess, sorry, friends. You can't have
Yeah.
it.
I guess.
It isn't. There you go. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry. But
Liz has another shawl, though, the Rosie shawl
yes,
for the Who Done It.
yes. The whodunit. So you can find that. Where can you find that? Lovecrafts and Ravelry. Is that what she said? She was on Tuesday. I should remember, but I don't.
I don't remember.
Um,
I'm sure she'll say.
She's done a
Yeah.
cowl as well, which is going to be in blocked, which is just
Ooh,
called
fun.
the Who Done It cowl, I think. She sent it about a week ago, and I completely forgot because she sent it on Telegram, rather than email. And she was saying today, "Oh, I was early this time getting the pattern." I'm like, "What pattern? What? You haven't even sent me one?" But she had. I just hadn't registered.
Liz, you sent it to the wrong knitting magazine. Oh, wait, never mind. It's right here.
Yeah, it's going to be in Radical Threads next month.
Right.
yeah, here. Oh, we're both doing it. Sorry, Anne. The Rosie is on Ravelry and will be on Lovecraft. So there you go.
Nice.
Yeah, she sent it a month ago, not a week ago. Oh God.
Uh-oh. Neil, get with it.
Oh well. Sorry, Liz.
We can't all be perfect all the time.
Oh, I'm very rarely perfect. Oh, you
too.
mentioned that. That disablest thing was hilarious.
It was really funny. We'll have to get into it, but
Yeah. It's just like it's almost like a parody, isn't it? It is so bizarre.
And it was so funny. I don't want to share it on my Instagram because I don't want her to block me because I want to be able to watch more of it because it was funny.
Oh,
so,
well, I'll share it then if you want. I'll cut off any links to you and I'll share it. But then because it's all my fault again, isn't it?
Generally it is. So that's fine.
All the time, always, Neil. You're just out here causing trouble.
I didn't even introduce you. Hey, look who it is. It's Neil from Black Magazine. Thanks for joining us, man.
People say, who? Santa's a bit late.
I know. One of my kids said to me yesterday, they were like, I think that next Christmas you should have your friend dress up as Santa. And I'm like, okay, I'll let him know.
Yeah, because I've never done that before.
I have no idea what made him think of it, but it was just out of the blue. We weren't talking about Christmas or anything. Just one of them came up to me and said that, and I'm like, okay, I'll tell him.
Okay,
well,
whatever.
This is my evil Santa look, so I can, look like death.
Ooh, we are wearing.
Oh, you got a hoodie? Ah. Oh, DK, you've let the side down.
Come on.
I didn't know. I didn't know that if you guys had told me there was a dress code, I would have been. I have a black hoodie. I just didn't put it on.
Okay. Yeah, we're doing black hoodie cults on Thursdays. Just in case anyone wants to know, that's what the plan is going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Thursday today?
Yes.
Yes.
Although at your house, I think it's Friday now, isn't it?
No way. I've been thinking it's Wednesday all day. Is it Thursday, really? Seriously? Oh, God.
Yes.
Yes.
I have lost a day.
I hope you find it,
Oh.
Neil.
Well, I have a confession to make. I didn't get you a present.
Oh, that's fine.
We didn't
I will
expect
let
you to.
Presence is
Well-
a present. There we go.
Oh, yay.
Now we can do it. Ah,
Should we start chanting something?
No, no, that would be too weird.
what are we
Some
chanting?
candles.
I don't know.
I'll dress like you
We
guys,
have
but I
enough
don't
plans to
know.
get hoodies together, but we don't have enough for a chant. I'm sorry, everyone. We just gotta.
I'm very impressed that you did that then, DK. That was like magic.
Hey,
Yeah.
I can deliver sometimes. Yes, today was Thursday. It is now Friday where you live because it's
Wow.
after midnight, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's about almost half midnight. 20 past.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, thanks for coming on in the middle of the
Well,
night.
no, thanks for having me because I kind of think elbowed my way in, didn't I?
It's fine. It's good.
Elbowed your way in, and we're just like, wow, thanks for coming, Neil, especially since we like jerked the time around and we're like, okay, we'll do it then. Okay, well, we're doing this. Oh, we're doing that.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah, he
highly
was gonna come on. Yeah,
Well,
he
I
was
have
gonna
a
come on
present to
Saturday with
open.
us.
And
Yeah.
Yay.
I won't show my address. It is open at the top, but I haven't looked. I just saw a tiny bit of something blue and knew that it was something I hadn't ordered, so I just wrapped it up, and it's been in a drawer ever since. So, should I open it? Should I pull it out?
So, absolutely. But I want to tell you, since I've ordered this for you, I cannot tell you how many times it has asked me if I want to ship something to you. I was ordering from Chicken Lady, and it was like, "Oh, do you want to send this to Neil?" And
Yeah.
I'm like, "No, no, I would
The
enjoy
answer
having
is
that in my
always
house. Thank
yes.
you."
Like, yeah, say more.
If it's Chicken Lady, yes.
But-
Thank you.
I ordered one thing for you, and now it's like, "Hey, is Neil getting this?" And I'm like, "No." Like,
It's like when you have a conversation with somebody and one of the Siris or Alexas or whatever is listening, and then the next thing you're constantly bombarded with ads, aren't you? It's like that. But yes,
yeah,
you
it's
should
just
say
funny.
yes.
It's kind of like how my my Instagram, like my ads for Instagram are totally wild. They're like, hey, we're gonna send you a lot of Amazon ads. I'm like, sure, send me a lot of Amazon ads. That's interesting. And they're like, do you want to buy knobs for the front of your stove? I'm like, why? Why do I need replacement knobs for my stove? Why are you sending me this ad? I don't understand.
Some of the stuff that gets suggested, you're just like, I don't even have that in my house. Like, where did this? what is
They're like, would
this?
you like a cover for your washing machine? I'm like, who has covers for their washing machine?
Have
I
any
never-
Americans though had adverts for kettles? Because I always talk about kettles, don't I? And why it's weird that you don't have kettles in America. Well, I know some of you do, but do you get any adverts?
I
for
feel
them,
like
Steve?
I may have.
So kettles, you need more kettles. All this is my way of changing America.
Oh,
Anyway,
geez.
sorry, Neil. Open your gift.
Oh yeah. Well, I've waited long enough, haven't I? So I can
I
wait
know.
a little bit longer. Are you impressed by how patient I am to open a present?
I am.
If it's any sort of like, my mum bought me a present, but I knew what it was, and I only opened that yesterday or the day before. I can't remember. Right.
Ta-da!
Okay, I can't actually see what this is yet, but it's got a bit of blue in it and a bit of something.
Uh-huh.
I think it's a t-shirt. I think.
Uh-huh.
And it's got a Ziploc bag.
I'd like to blame Anne for this. Just
Ooh.
once you see it, you'll know it was Anne because I wouldn't have picked it.
Yeah, I can see. The only other thing that would have given it away as being Anne would have been a Star Trek shirt or something like that. So this is for when I come to America, isn't it? So that I'll be wearing my Hawaii. Is it a Hawaiian shirt? Is it?
It is a Hawaiian shirt. I'm not sure how popular
But-
Hawaiian shirts are in England.
Oh,
But-
it's kind of what do you call it? It's nerdy cool to wear a Hawaiian shirt. So yes, it's a
But-
Marvel one. It's
Yes!
Wolverine. Oh my god! Oh, that is brilliant. Okay, right. Hang on, I need to go. Can you see it closer? It's Wolverine and a dinosaur. Can you
Yeah.
see?
He's
Is it
fighting a
showing it okay?
velociraptor.
Oh, that is cool. I
Oh
really
my
like that,
gosh.
honestly. And it's the perfect blue. I love that blue. Oh, thank you. I'm not going
You
to put it on
should-
now because I won't show everybody my naked body as I put it. Oh, and there's other things.
Oh, are there?
Well, I
Oh.
don't know. Is it just a label? I'm
Oh,
not
it
sure
just
what
came
that
in with it. Yeah,
is.
that's the
yeah.
company
sure
we
what
got
that
it
is.
from. But
Yeah.
Neil,
that-
you should
that'll
have heard
fit
the
well.
conversation. Anne and I are on the phone, and she's like, I want to send the shirt to Neil. And I'm like, what's this shirt? And she's like, it's Wolverine fighting a velociraptor. And I'm like, of course that's what we're going to send to Neil,
Like,
because
I saw
why
this, and I
wouldn't
said,
we?
Neil needs this. He needs this shirt.
Well, when I first saw it then, and I just thought, this is a Hawaiian shirt. I thought, okay, Hawaiian shirt, yeah. But the Wolverine thing just makes it brilliant. That just makes it
No,
absolutely
and I
perfect.
love that it's not like you look at it and you're like, yeah, Hawaiian shirt. But even you just opening it, that is not like obvious. It's not
Yeah,
like
you'd have to be up close, wouldn't you, to notice?
you'd have to be like, wait, hang on, what's going on here?
You have to be in
Yeah.
on the joke, which is fun.
And it's from, I know the storyline that it's from. How that really is nerdy, isn't it? So it's when they're in the Savage Land, which is in the Antarctic, for those that don't know. And the one here, can you see this guy
wait,
here?
wait. Hold on. I'll make you big again. Oh, I'm big here. There we go.
There we
Okay.
go. So this one here in the pink kind of trousers, he's called Sauron or Sauron, and he and here's a funny thing as well. For some reason, all green characters like the Hulk and this guy have this funny coloured trousers. Why, I don't know, but obviously it's because it's a contrast. And yeah, the episode that this is from, not the episode, the issue that it's from was quite a cool issue. So yeah, the other one I think is just a random T-Rex, isn't it? I don't think he's a character. I don't think. Where do you find these things?
Well, you know,
what
when you're in
Anne
the
does.
market.
Right, next year I'll
yeah.
be getting my revenge with something.
Well,
I shall be out.
My dad really likes Hawaiian shirts, and he likes that company. So yeah, I get their emails. So I saw that. So yeah.
Hey, I tell you what, it's it feels really nice as well.
Mm.
You know, the
Good.
material. It's not it's not, I don't know what it is, but it's not like that kind of stiff cotton that you get. I don't know. But thank you very much.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Because
Oh, says has just said she's got to get one of them for each of her boys.
yeah. I mean, every dude needs a Wolverine fighting a velociraptor shirt. I mean,
Yeah.
for real.
Every dude.
just-
I want one. What are
I'm
you
just
talking
thinking
about?
when I'm going to wear it next. I'm going to have to go somewhere now, especially just to wear this shirt.
See if anybody
Oh.
else notices what it is, or
You should go visit Annie. Wear it on the beach. You know, that's great.
In
do
England.
English people wear
Well-
much? Yeah, that's my question. Do English people
Well-
wear many Hawaiian shirts? Is that a style there, or not so much?
Yeah, it's just a bit of a nerdy. Yeah, people
Okay.
do, and it's quite, you know, you kind of, but this is kind of cool because of the Wolverine thing. Do you know what I mean? It's gone one beyond. It's nerdier than nerdy, therefore it's really cool.
But subtly
Okay.
nerdy and nerdy, so you can still wear it in public.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if anyone says he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt, you say, "But yeah, Wolverine."
Oh, Annie's in the comments. She says one
Yeah.
day a year is warm enough.
Well, Annie, when I come over to because Annie lives by the sea, she lives on the beach. She's got beautiful beaches, but it's freezing cold and wet and rainy and dark. And there may be what looks like a nuclear power plant at the other end of the beach. I don't know. There's something that doesn't look very nice
Hey.
at one end of her beach. So I shall wear this, and I'm planning to go and visit her at some point this year. I don't know when exactly. You know, because it's like what, an hour and a half, 2 hours away. There's no way we could just do that without, you know, some kind of big plan.
Oh my god! Of course
So
not,
I shall-
because
Impossible.
what did I do today? I drove an hour and a half round trip to drop my kids off to my dad's house. So
What, to live forever?
no, stay there
That's the
overnight
only.
To go to the
At least there was an overnight stay.
to get rid of them for the rest of their lives. No, for
That's
an
where-
overnight.
That's the only way we'd drive an hour and a half with kids in the back. It's like to get rid of them forever.
How horrible!
Put,
And
like
it's
little
not that
needles on their
far.
coats and put them on the train so they don't get killed in the blitz. I've seen this film. You don't drive them an hour and a half.
Well, but
Just
yeah,
be
so even then, in the war, if you think about it, some of the places that they were sent to was only an hour or a 2-hour train journey, but they didn't see their parents for the whole of that war duration. You know, the parents didn't come and visit them. You know what I mean? Because it was so far away.
Right.
It is so weird to me, and I understand that because of where we live, like it's a different mindset. But I like when Anne came to visit me, I had to drive to Pennsylvania to pick her up, and I was like, okay. I wasn't like stoked about having to
Wow.
drive to Pennsylvania, but it was
How
like,
many hours
okay.
is that?
It was like a 2-hour trip from where I was, 2.5 hours,
and,
something like
and
that.
my friend was driving me halfway too, so it'd be,
Yeah,
you know,
because it would have been like a 4-hour
Well,
drive if I
in our
hadn't done it.
defense, I have to say that for years and years, maybe not now with Bidenomics or whatever it's called, but your gas prices were ridiculously low compared to what we had to pay. So, like, going an hour was going to cost a lot of money. You know what I mean, in terms of what we call petrol. But now I think it's probably the same, isn't it? Because your gas prices have gone through the roof, haven't they?
I mean,
I don't know. They've been better lately.
I don't know.
Does it depend on the state that you're in?
Yeah,
A bit
Yeah.
on how it's taxed.
And also our tiny cars and our tiny roads and our winding roads and our congested traffic. You know, it's just a faff.
It's a what?
A faff.
Okay.
Do you not know that one? F-A-F-F.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
Bother.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay.
a bother. It's like, you know.
Okay.
Fiddly.
Oh, let's talk about your Star Trek present.
Yeah, what about it?
So, are you going to watch it?
Of course I am. Anne spent her hard-earned money on this gift for me. Of course I'm going to watch it. And once my husband finds out I have it, I will have no choice in whether or not I want to watch it. So it's fine.
I think we might have to do at some point a Knitting Wars Star Trek episode just to test you.
Do we have to?
Look at that face. It's like, you might be dying to after watching it.
I might
think
be. We'll see.
Awesome. Think of all the things you have to look forward to. We have space gladiators. We have lots of space Nazis. Like so many space Nazis.
I wouldn't know why there's Nazis in space.
Lots of interspecies kissing.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's
not even like a thing where I can look at it and see what's up.
No, they're in weird containers. I mean, why wouldn't they?
So does it have the very first episode that doesn't have what's his face in it? Because the pilot wasn't him, was it? It was somebody else.
I don't know.
It was, I forget the actor's name, but it was about Christopher Pike, and it was the big-headed aliens and the chick who decided to stay in the mind world.
I got nothing. Abe Lincoln's ghost hanging loose in space. That's something that happens.
Yeah.
So I have that to look forward to. But I've never seen DVDs that come like this. They're just all plain, and then it just says season 1, disc 1, and that's all that it has on it. How many seasons are there?
It's just 3. This is the 3 seasons.
Well, how many episodes were there? A lot. There's 10 discs in this one season.
Is that?
That seems like a lot.
I would have.
Is there a lot of commentary though?
There might be.
Yeah,
I would
some
have
of them are
guessed
probably
that like
commentary, aren't they? Or
20-something episodes a season, but I may be wrong. That's off the top of my head. I don't know, man. I'm just. I lose.
It looks
this
like
for-
there's
for
3
my
episodes on each disc. So
Okay.
because this cool card thing shows me what's going on. So I got that happening. And there's a whole bunch of these. Is that William
next
Shatner?
year, are you
That's
getting
not
the
William
Next
Shatner, is it?
Generation?
Yeah, that's William Shatner.
Yeah, that's Shatner. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's looking.
Oh, Amy's interested now. That's not the William Shatner she remembers, is it?
Like,
Yeah, no, he's not nearly as old and fat.
Frequently. So
It happens to us all in the end.
All right, guys.
Old and fat.
What?
What?
Says he said there's over 80 episodes, so I got that going for me. All right. Now I can't figure out how to put this back together. I didn't know that it was an IQ test.
No, I have a different set, but it's also weird. Here, I'll show you because it's also an IQ test trying to close this thing. Give me a second.
How funny.
Because they're like, these nerds, they'll be able to do it.
We'll see
And they
how it
like
goes.
wacky packaging that doesn't sit nice on the shelf with everything else. Who would
Mhm.
want that?
I'm not sure where I'm going to put this because our DVD shelves are pretty full at the moment, but
Yeah, so the
I
one
bet you
that
I can get rid of
have
something.
is it's like these weird pod things, and yeah, they're not square. So who was thinking
Mine's in a
about?
weird pod too, but it has a flat bottom at least, so
Hey,
I got
that's
that
good.
going.
Mine has
Ah.
sort of like it has like a little bit of a stand, and yeah, that's and then it opens like this.
Oh wow,
So
they are
yeah,
an IQ test.
yeah, and it's kind of the same thing. Ooh, I can save $3 instantly.
I bet you missed out on that.
I think I did. I think I missed
How
out
long
on
have you had that now?
a while. But mine do have things on the
Pictures
thing.
on them. Hmm.
Yeah, it is the same weird kind of flip book.
That's interesting. I've never, and I don't know
Why are Star Trek DVDs this way?
Well,
because they can be.
What
guess.
month is the Heroes issue? And I can't remember. It's issue 15, isn't it? So is it June? The blocked issue that's about heroes.
Yeah, that it's the mystery one
Then
with
it's Spare Arms,
uh-huh.
and then it's Heroes. So yeah, I think it's going to be about June. So you could both design some Star Trek stuff.
We'll see. I mean,
Subliminal messaging.
like
I think
Science
that
is fun.
I'll be into political knitting at that point in time, but we'll see.
That's true.
Oh,
That's
yes.
true. With
I don't know.
elections.
Speaking of
Yeah.
political stuff, it was quite interesting to see how Trump has sort of been exonerated with the whole Epstein files.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I mean,
I
there
didn't
was
see it. I saw somebody saying that he was on the list just like Bill Clinton, but I didn't see the list, so I don't know.
Well, he was on, as far as I know, he flew on his plane once, but it wasn't
Mhm.
to the island. And
Right, it
apparently
was-
loads of people do that.
right.
You know,
He
it's kind of like,
flew. He was offered a private flight, and it was from airport to airport, and that was before Epstein even had his island. And
Okay.
also, I mean, he like worked with the state of Florida when it came to prosecuting Epstein, and that Epstein had been at Mar-a-Lago. And there's a picture of him and Trump shaking hands, which you do with everybody at Mar-a-Lago. If you want to take a picture with the Donald Trump, that
Right.
happens. But he booted Epstein from his property. Like he said, you are not allowed to be here anymore. You are not. So whatever happened, Trump got wind of it and kicked that guy right out. So there's a lot of like, oh, well, Epstein and Trump connections. It's like, no.
Yeah, the
No,
thing that
and-
they're doing here, I don't know about there, but every time they talk about it on the news, they mention, 2 ex-presidents and Donald Trump and Bill Clinton. You know, it's like, no, hang on, get your facts right here. You're kind of blanket smearing everybody.
Right.
Hmm.
Oh, and Prince Andrew, he's in trouble, I think.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, and this is something that Mark Stein pointed out, but I mean, hopefully more people will be prosecuted in future, but that the only 2 people prosecuted in this entire Epstein thing are the British subjects. That Ghislaine Maxwell, she's going to jail for trafficking minors to nobody, apparently, because those people aren't a part of this case and being prosecuted in this case. But also Prince Andrew, okay, no, he's not in jail, but the Queen scrubbed him like from royal duties. Like, you are not allowed. That is not cool. That is, I mean,
what was
and
really weird.
we may have known
was-
about it beforehand, and now it's public. She's scrubbed him, but still, there was still an obvious, as a royal family, we're not.
They
doing
let
it.
him back in a little bit though over Christmas, and
Right.
Oh, really?
and his ex-wife Fergie, she was back in at Christmas, but she flew to Epstein Island as well with the daughters when they were young. So I don't know what that was. I've heard a very strange rumor. I won't repeat it here because it's a rumor, but yeah, there's something very dodgy. And she at one point owed, I think it was £6 million or $6 million. And the royal family kind of cut her off at that point with no way of paying that money back. So there's a lot of speculation about what she did to raise the money to pay off all these debts. Because she did. I think she did it within about a year or 2 years. And it's like, how do you pay off
Interesting.
$6 million, dollars in a year? You can't do that, can you? Unless you do a Venmo and a Cash App and a GoFundMe and who knows what else.
I was gonna
Oh,
say, I bet you
God.
I know people who could
Right.
make $6 million in a year. What sob story have we got today, boys and girls?
Oh, I've got a little cough still, so maybe I should do a GoFundMe.
Yeah, we were sick for 3 weeks, so I should get money. I mean, I didn't even do my job, so what of it?
Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, yeah.
Oh well.
Good luck to her.
I saw that the only thing I saw about it is I've seen a lot of stuff on Instagram about Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel's calling people like big fat liars, and they're saying that he was involved in stuff. And then I also saw a list with a black box on it, and they're saying that was Biden. And I don't know if there's any truth to that or how they know that, but that's
Yeah,
the extent.
I know the Jimmy Kimmel thing was someone on a podcast saying that there's a lot of people who don't want the Epstein list, and they were talking specifically Jimmy Kimmel doesn't want the Epstein list known.
Mhm.
So, and that's why he kind of went off on him. So that's interesting.
Well, the thing
Naomi
that
Campbell.
I saw.
Oh, sorry, go on, DK. Sorry.
Oh, Naomi Campbell was on it.
Was she on it? Holy cow. Yeah, I believe, this is just my opinion, because obviously I don't have evidence, but I think she was procured a lot of the girls, because if you think about it, she's a supermodel, an ex-supermodel. If you find a good-looking girl in the street as an ex-supermodel and say, I can make you famous, and then she goes to see the parents, oh, she'll be fine with me. I'm going to take her to a shoot on an island in the Caribbean. She'll, nothing will happen. Then they get them there, and who knows what happens. But she's issued a very dodgy statement, a video statement as well already. So she must have done that yesterday or the day before, or she had it well, prepared well in advance.
Done in advance, yeah.
And basically trying to say that, you shouldn't judge people based on associations. However, she's been associated with him, post being convicted of whatever it was he was convicted of, which was it child procuring a child for sex or something? Because he did have a conviction for that, didn't he, before he killed himself? And Andrew and she were still his friends doing all sorts of stuff with him then. So really, they should have,
I mean, in kind of a similar vein, you have all of the Harvey Weinstein things where everyone's praising him so much and he's fantastic and he's Oprah's best buddy. And was it Meryl Streep or no? I don't know. Meryl Streep probably loved him, but I'm trying to remember that all of these high-end actresses were like saying that he was basically God in the industry. And then we're just okay now.
Yeah, never mentioned ever again. Yeah,
never mentioned ever again. Jennifer Lawrence, not very old old enough to be an actress and an adult, but still, she was all hands on him in public with her Hunger Games thing, like when she's playing a teenage girl, and it's awful. Sorry.
Yeah, Oprah was on the list apparently.
Yeah.
Because I saw that list, the flight list. It must be 3 years ago during lockdown, and it's the same one. Because I was thinking, well, maybe that one was fake back then, but I've seen it since, and no, it's exactly the same list. So there's people on the list that haven't come out yet in the court documents that are being shared. Because other people are Lady Gaga. She went to the island a few times under her real name, whatever it is, Stephanie Germain or whatever it is. Madonna went. Quite a few comedians that I'm not completely sure who they were. Chris Rock, is it Chris Rock? I think he went there. I think doesn't mean they've done anything, but it meant but they did, because Kevin Spacey. But the thing that I read about Kevin Spacey back then was that he was actually barred from going there because he did something so bad that they would never let him go back again, allegedly.
What could you possibly do that's so bad that you're not allowed to the child sex island?
Damaging the goods.
Oh, good gracious.
Yeah, so so that it can't be used again. So
That's horrifying.
And I'm speaking like that on purpose. I'm not doing it to
I know.
anybody, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Holy
yeah,
shit.
and there's so many people. The list was like quite shocking, and some people. Tom Hanks was on there, obviously, because a lot has been said about him. The comedian who everyone loved him. He committed suicide. Morecambe Mindy guy. I've forgotten his name.
Robin Williams.
Yeah, apparently he went as well. But again, just because they went, it doesn't mean they were doing anything. It could just be that they were invited and then they were hoping to get them in a compromising position so that they could then blackmail them forever. Because that apparently is what was going on. Every room on the island was recorded, and every room in his house in New York or wherever it was, there was a ranch somewhere as well where he was trying to impregnate as many women as possible with his sperm or something. I don't know the story about that.
This sounds like a horrible sci-fi movie. Like a horrible, like, you know, those like B movies that you accidentally start watching and you're like, who would believe this? This is what it sounds like.
I was like, I think I saw this ad on Netflix and then I went, ew, who wants to watch that? And I switched to something, normal.
Well, I think a lot of fiction comes from fact, doesn't it? You know, because some of it is so bizarre. Wow, that's interesting. Pepelina just said, don't forget that slavery is at an all-time high at the moment. I think we have more slaves now than we've ever had, haven't we? Is that true?
I don't know, but
yeah, especially
that
sexual
can't be
slaves.
true because I mean the black people will have you believe that the only people that were ever oppressed were them in the U.S. So I don't believe it.
And we have to agree to that, don't we?
Yeah, with all of the people are more offended now about the Civil War than they were at the time of the Civil War and directly after. Like taking down reconciliation monuments. You mean the ones that we did to make nice after we fought with each other? That one.
Oh, it's so ridiculous, isn't it? Because it's funny because I shared a statue that had gone up the other day that is Medusa with a severed head, and apparently it's gone up somewhere in New York. Is it outside a New York court somewhere? And like that is the kind of statue I'd be happy to see pulled down. These demon statues, Baphomet or whatever it is that they seem to be putting up everywhere.
The thing is that it's a stupid Tumblr thing. It's one of those feminist icon things. It's Medusa, and she's entirely naked, and she's holding the head of Percy. Okay, that's not how the story goes.
Yeah, it was the other way around, wasn't it?
What happens? That is exactly. It's the other way around.
Are they trying to say she was the victim because she was hideously deformed?
She was the victim. That she was the victim of rape, and then she was the victim of Athena, a goddess who turned her into the Medusa with the snake hair that petrifies you. And then Medusa was going around and killing people. Okay, and that's why Percy had to kill her
with her other two sisters, the Gorgons, who were equally hideous and horrible, apparently.
Yeah, that's like it's how the story goes. And if you're so offended about the story, stop rewriting it in your wacko feminist way and just choose another one.
But don't forget, good is bad, bad is good. Up is down, down is up. Everything's the other way around now, isn't it? So we just have to live with it, I'm afraid.
Whatever.
It's not.
But that took a dark turn, didn't it?
I was just going to say, this went from our happy Merry Christmas to holy shit.
Well
what is happening?
It's these hoods. It's the dark
meeting
hoods.
you've never been to. This is not
Sorry, it's all my fault. Hang on. Let me just, show the happy shirt again. Happy.
Yay! Wolverine.
Wolverine. Seriously, but back to that shirt. You honest to God should have heard this conversation Ann and I were having about that shirt, because I'm like, are you sure?
Imagine.
Are you sure that he's going to appreciate this? Because I don't know anything about it.
Ann knows me better than I know myself.
But I'm going, Ann, it's Wolverine fighting Velociraptor, and she's going, no, trust me. He is going to think this is the greatest thing ever. And I'm like, all right. Because if you said that to me, I would have been like,
you've been like, why? Oh, speaking of, hey Neil, my brother gave me this for Christmas. I'm sure you recognize it. Is Mark Millar X-Men, Ultimate X-Men.
Oh right, yeah. Okay.
Anyways, My
What do you
brother
think of
asked for recommendations of somebody else, and they said that this is fantastic. So that's
well, Mark Miller is a great writer. He did a lot of what did he do? He did Kick-Ass, the original Kick-Ass comic, which was much better than the movie, by the way.
Right.
So it probably is good.
I've
but
heard
to
people
me,
say they liked
it's
it,
out
but
of
I
canon
haven't.
to me, but it isn't
Okay.
really, because obviously it's Marvel. But it's, I think they played around with the Wolverine character a bit and made him something quite different, didn't they? I think in that. I might be completely wrong. I haven't read it, but
Okay.
because I stopped. So I think I told you, and I stopped reading Marvel and DC at a certain point. Off. DK switched off. DK, we're going to have you in Marvel Comics soon. We've already got you.
I was trying to see what these were because I was thinking I'm going to open these when we get off. I've never had tea
it's
cakes.
so nice. Okay, the way you have to eat them is you have to.
You have to eat them.
You have to do this. You have to crack the chocolate coating, and then you pick with your teeth. You pick the very, very thin chocolate coating off until there's just the marshmallow circular bit, and you've got to do it without breaking the marshmallow, and then you eat the marshmallow, and then at the end you eat the jammy biscuit chocolatey base.
But you don't really have s'mores in your country, so maybe the concept of chocolate and marshmallow simultaneously is a little foreign.
I don't think that marshmallow's the same kind of marshmallow that you would have, because it's a bit fluffier, I think.
Is this the thing that is good too?
Them. They're good. They're nice. Yeah, I love them.
Neil, you're so funny.
And you had to eat them.
Okay, so how do I eat those?
Apart from the heart. So you eat it all the way around and try and keep the heart as a heart.
So I nibble around the edges like I'm one of my kids playing with my food?
Yeah, and then you can eat the heart at the end.
Okay, I have consumed many a jammy Dodger in my time. Never once have I done that. Just eat the cookie, man. If you want to dip it in your tea, that's very nice. But also, you don't have to. You can just eat
I was going to say, am I supposed to have tea with these things?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes? What kind of tea?
Tea with milk. tea. We only
black tea, I assume.
Honey tea. We just do tea.
I don't put milk in my tea.
By the way, this says second printing in 2003 on the X-Men book. I can't find. I'm having difficulty finding. Sometimes it says 2001.
Who was the artist on that?
It is.
Who got you those, by the way, DK? The Jammy Dodgers and the
Ian.
Oh, did you?
Yes. This was part of my Christmas present.
Because I was going to order you both a box of British things. I was going to get you baked beans, but the problem is baked beans are so heavy.
Yeah, shipping
the cost got ridiculous, and then I forgot, and I didn't know Anne's address either. I mean, I know your address because of.
You know my address. That's fine.
Yeah, only because of that thing.
Yeah, because of the thing that happened. So
yeah.
Somebody said I'm supposed to have it with chai tea, but I'm allergic to cinnamon, so I don't drink that. So
I always forget you're allergic to cinnamon. Not that it would come up often.
How did you find that out? Was it eating a cinnamon bun or something? What happened?
So back in the day, this is how we found out. I started dating my husband. My husband and I decided we were going to get healthy, so we started going to the gym and eating oatmeal with cinnamon every day.
Off that.
And I got a rash. I got a rash on my face, and we thought it was because I started dating my husband, and we thought it was maybe something in the house. I went to the dermatologist. They're like, "Oh no, you've been eating a lot of cinnamon. You're allergic to it."
Wow.
So it's not like I have anaphylaxis and but I get a rash and I have to take antibiotics, so it's not worth eating it because it's annoying. Nobody wants to take antibiotics, so.
And I bet you like it as well, don't you?
Oh, of course. Now that I can't have it, like French toast, pie, like all kinds of things have cinnamon in it that you don't even think about. So I'll still eat pie once in a while or something. I just can't have
a lot of Indian curry, so be careful if you go for an Indian curry.
I've never had curry. We were talking about that on Tuesday.
Yeah, so if you go, I'd check, because there's two things. There's cassia bark and there's cinnamon. And cassia bark is, I think it's the very outside of the cinnamon thing, whatever it is. So it's the same plant, I think. Mm-hmm. So I'd double check.
That's cool. Blaze saying she had chai without cinnamon. most of the prepackaged, like if I buy like that kind of flavor, they have cinnamon in them. So I haven't ever had it. Don't know,
Oh.
but it's good to know.
And remind me next year in case I send a cinnamon sticks by mistake.
It's okay. I will probably do it before you do if it happens, because like I said, like every time she says, I'm like, oh yeah, of course. You know, she said this before. Or like then she says it again. I'm like, oh yeah, I totally forgot. There was no sauce when I put food in your package. Hey, make sure there's no cinnamon in it. That did not happen.
Oh,
There was.
We've been
Sezzy's
married
just
for
said
years. You're supposed to
she's-
know this.
She's corrected me on the cassia thing. She said it's not the same thing
I
as
don't
cinnamon,
know.
so you might be okay. But it's got a very, very, very similar taste if it's not the same thing. So test it and see.
See if your face gets all red.
But live on a
Live on air.
No,
Thanks
it
for
takes
great
several
television.
days for it to come out, so that would be boring.
Ah,
So what? So I'm just supposed to drink like breakfast tea with this, like a
yeah.
regular black something.
Uh-huh.
So Neil,
Oh,
I don't.
Sorry. Go on.
No, I was gonna say, Neil, I don't know if you saw Knitting Wars,
I did.
but I did show the little squares off that are your fault.
I think you've done a brilliant job of that. I am knitting one, but for today, I went to look after the dog today because I told you I was going to look after the dog and then I was going to sit and knit. And I'm not joking; he was a nightmare, and he was trying to get my knitting, so I had to just put it away. So I haven't done it yet. But yeah, show it again. Let's see, because I saw you've done 2 now, haven't you? And it works.
I've
doesn't it?
done
It's changes,
3
right?
actually, and then I started another one. I was so
Ooh.
and these, I mean so my plan is one corner is black and one is white because I didn't have enough of this yarn to do them both white. And I'm not sure when I stitch them up together if I want to do like a little checker, but that doesn't actually work. That would be cool for a blanket, but not cool for a picture if we're putting it in blocked, and that's my plan. So
Well, yeah, I think it's really good. I think it's brilliant. I think we should do more of these. I think that it was really fun because we had what was it? Was it 4 a.m. when I was trying to work out what?
or for it was like a normal hour for me. I'm like, oh crap, Neil. Like, why are you
Well,
still
that
doing
night I could not sleep, and I didn't even bother going to bed in the end because I was wide awake and I knew I wouldn't sleep. So when later on in the day, about 7:30 in the evening, I kind of just died and I had to go to sleep, and then didn't wake up till 4 the next morning. So that's why I missed.
That's why he missed Knitting Wars. It's not because he
Yeah.
doesn't love us, allegedly. It's because he didn't go to bed.
Yeah,
You.
I go to extreme lengths to stay awake so I don't have to come on your show.
Like, oh, I'm sorry. It's terrible.
What I was going to say, the only thing I'd be careful of with that, just to double check where the dark squares are then going to meet. You know, so you might want to draw it out and color it in because I'm just wondering whether they're all going to still work the same. They probably will.
I think they will, but they should. Except the first one I did. I think this is the first one. My counts were a little off, so I think the black square on this one is slightly bigger than the other ones.
You're not gonna notice, are you? When you
and then we're just gonna, when we sew it together, we're just gonna move it over a little bit slightly, and then we're gonna stretch this bit a little bit out, and no one's gonna know. It's,
Thanks, Neil. She wouldn't want a Stephen Wester blanket. Oh, that was a fantastic one.
Has anyone seen? There's a thing going around on Instagram, and I nearly shared it, and I thought, oh, I don't know whether I've got the balls to share it. And it's a guy pretending to be, was he called Bob Ross, the painter?
oh yeah.
You had a funny painting show, didn't he? And he shows a load of pictures where he says, oh, neo-Nazis today can't even get the swastika right. And he showed all these, real graffiti where people have done swastikas but done them wrong, because they didn't know how to do them. So then Bob Ross teaches people how to paint a swastika.
That's funny. I would like you to message that to me because I want to see it.
If it comes up again, I'll definitely do it.
Okay.
But, it is quite funny. Because even Bob Ross doesn't get it right. He keeps getting it wrong because obviously they've got to, because you can't show a real swastika. That's the whole point.
And that would be the joke too. But yeah, for this blanket, which is still unnamed. Okay, Neil.
Don't choose my name.
But
I told
how
her
do you
to.
pronounce your name?
How do you pronounce it?
Yes.
I can't even remember what the word was now. What's the
That's the thing, though, because I'm like,
word?
okay,
It was
Neil.
poly
Okay,
something, wasn't it?
yes,
Polyomino.
Neil
So like domino, but poly at the beginning. Polyomino.
Polyomino.
That's
the
how
thing, though,
I say it. It doesn't mean that that's how you should say it.
right?
Because I've
Because
only ever
okay, I'm
seen
like,
the word written. I've never heard the
right.
word.
So Neil and I are going back and forth about this pattern. I'm like, okay, I got one. I sent it to him. Like, okay, wait, what should we call this thing? And he's like, well, this is the technical math term. And I'm like, I have to practice this term. I don't want to have to practice the word for the
Yeah,
blanket. I
I'd
was thinking
reply
like
to Steph,
something
I
like,
was thinking rose,
and, yes, like
Lillian.
yeah, Julian. Like, what?
That's what she was telling me. She was like, I was hoping for something like, English cottage, but not that, something cooler.
Not
And he
lame.
comes out with
He's got like, how about technical math term? I'm like,
Well, you could
I
just
told
call
her,
it
go for it.
poly. Just call it poly.
Oh, but then the polyamorous people might get angry at you.
Oh.
You're
Poly with
usurping
two
their
Ls.
term.
Yeah.
like Pollyanna, but not.
Mm.
Or
Mm.
I don't know if that's working out either. Man.
Well, you've got time. You've got to finish it before you name it.
Yeah. Well, I guess. But that is my plan because this I did with a mini set that DK sent me. So it's very pretty and I will finish that out. But that's my plan for
There you go.
Polyamino cottages. There you go.
That looks like Poliomino cottages.
Or what's the kind of horse? The
Palomino?
Palomino.
Palomino.
Yeah. But anyways, that is my
Well,
plan.
why don't you call it that?
Because I'm not a horse girl. I don't know.
You weren't that girl with the posters of the horses up on your walls?
I mean,
Shall I write? I'll write it down in the comments how it's spelled.
But anyways, that is my plan with all of the lovely Advent things because I think this would make a very lovely scrappy quilt. And
I think it's going to look really cool because it's.
right.
I think it was because there was Katie, the crocheter as well, wasn't there? We kind of came up with the same solution at the same time, I think. And it's like, oh, what?
Thank you.
Not oh.
I was going to put that one up. That made me laugh.
Oh, is that going to like rub it in with Therese? Therese
Yes.
won't be happy.
Yeah.
Jen,
Maybe
you
it
are
should
on a
be-
roll tonight.
yeah.
Thank you very much.
Just horse steak. That could be the name of your blanket.
Just horse steak the blanket. You're like, why? I don't understand.
A ground horse or something like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on. You were saying.
Blank. I just lost that. Oh, anyways, that was it. This would be great for Advents. It would be good for scrappy projects. Oh, I was thinking because I only did like kind of smaller squares to test it, but I was thinking of increasing the amount of squares. So I don't know, maybe like
'cause
4
what's
square of
going to
this.
be great about
good?
this
Yeah.
is if you just hold it up again, so where the very lightest color is,
Yeah.
and where the dark color at the other
Mhm.
corner, those are the only two that need to sort of be the same. So everything else in there can be completely different, can it? There doesn't have to be any.
Right.
And he's making a horse blanket.
There you go. You're making a horse blanket. I don't know what's happening, so I'm with her. Neil, why is your mug so small?
Oh, I don't know. It's a.
It's so small.
Yeah, it was a gift. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's like maybe I've just got massive hands. I can just.
That could be part of it.
No, it is.
Sorry,
a small
Anne, you're trying to talk about your blanket.
Oh, it's okay. No, just
Here-
that
horsing
Horsing
around.
horsing around. But yeah, my blanket needs a name, but I was going to do it so the squares wouldn't be as small, basically, that I'd increase them. I don't know if I want to do a full okay, if I increase it to double the size, that makes it 4 square this size because of how the increases work. So I don't know. Would that be too big?
I think if you get that original quilt picture and zoom in on the design as if it was just those that you're going to knit, and then you'll know, I think, whether it'll look right or not. Because I think part of why it's so effective is because of how many of the motifs there are.
Right.
So,
that the smaller ones kind of work.
Oh, Katie's here. Katie's here.
Hey.
I tell you what, Katie, who's in the comments, she's absolutely brilliant at working out. I sent her another one, the Einstein hat thing. I don't know if you saw that, because there was a competition which we missed out on. I thought it was for this year in October, but it wasn't. It was for last October. And you could have won $10,000 for doing something with this Einstein hat design, which is just a way, it's like a quilt, or whatever. So we could have come up with a knitted version of it, and I came up with my version, and Katie came along and said, "Oh no, I'd do it like this," and it was so much better. So, Katie, I'm handing out your services to other people to help design
collaborations with Katie.
Oh, and we're doing this thing. This really, I'm saying it's cool. I have no idea. It might be awful. February, every Sunday in February for 4 weeks, we're doing. I forgot what it's called now. Topography crochet, I think it's called. Is it topography? And it's like mathematical equation-y things in crochet. So you have to be able to crochet to do it. And as I'm saying this, I realize I'm just thinking nobody's interested in what I'm saying. But it looks cool.
Cool.
Sorry, Anne. I keep interrupting you.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm like, that sounds very cool, if you're into it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Anne can't crochet. She's just jealous.
That fair enough. But I'm over here like, I love me a miter squared garter quilt. So, I latched on to that. That's good. But y'all have fun. Like, this is about as far as math I go.
I think what's really cool about what you've done there, though, is you've actually learned a couple of things from making that, haven't you? You've learned 2 new things, I think you've said.
Yeah.
I think. I can't remember now, but
yeah,
I always
but
think that's
also
great
that
when you're doing
it's
a project.
Yeah, and that there's little bits of it that I've learned from the other quilts that I have done that I can kind of lean into this, like, oh wait, hang on. But what is kicking my butt now, and I'm not sure, is like, it's like picking up edge stitches so you could knit multiple ones around for a bit. And I should be patient and I should be lovely and I should just figure it out. But also I'm like, what if I just say screw it and just seam it all up anyways? Because that's what I'm going to have to do. So.
Well, you could do a bit of a poll, couldn't you? And just say to people, when you're picking up, do you prefer picking up with a slipped edge or do you prefer picking up with a garter edge? And just see what the majority of people say. Because for me, it would be either, because I wouldn't mind doing either of those things. But I know some people have a real aversion, don't they, to picking up a garter edge if there isn't a slip stitch there.
I don't know.
Or you could leave it up to the knitter and say, when you do your design, just say, pick up stitches. And then if you know how to do a slip stitch edge, you would add it, wouldn't you?
That's fair.
To a pattern that you were reading if it wasn't already on. Wake up, DK. It's 1:30 in the morning nearly here. What is it there?
Yeah.
5 p.m.?
It's 8:10 right now, but I love you guys. You're fabulous. But my kids are gone and my husband and I are going to watch an adult movie with possibly swearing and violence in it. So
you do realize that here an adult movie means something else.
Oh. No, I don't mean that kind.
But in this
I don't mean that kind.
This is not kids.
I just mean something that
it did sound very much like that.
Because with my kids, like, we'll put on a movie that's like inappropriate for them, not filthy, and they'll come out like when somebody's getting killed or they're on a skewer or some horrible, and I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna have nightmares for the rest of their lives.
Oh, I have a film that I need to warn everyone about in case they watch it with their family. It's called Saltburn, and you don't want to watch it with anybody you'd be embarrassed to see nakedness around. So there's a very, very explicit naked scene towards the end that comes out of nowhere. So just so you know.
Okay.
Like, all right. Kind of
Everyone's
sounds
going out
good.
to find it now, aren't they? Oh, what's that?
What is that movie about? I have so many questions, but that's fine.
Go on, ask away.
Who were you watching this movie with?
Well, I watched it on my own and was shocked. I was like, what the?
You're
Did
just
you
sitting
do
there,
that
it's
thing
like,
where you looked
myself,
around to make sure nobody was seeing what you were seeing?
The cats were traumatized.
Cats, cover your eyes.
You're just like, just cover the picture of the queen. She don't need to see this.
No, it's traumatizing. And I remember being like 13 and I was watching one of those 80s movies. It was I don't remember which one, but one of those like Pretty in Pink, The Breakfast Club, something. And I was watching it with my parents and there were topless women in it in the shower room and I wanted to die. I was a young
I used
teenager
to
and I
watch
just
things
wanted
like this with a cup like that, so no one could see my face.
but we didn't expect it and it was mortifying. Oh, it's the worst. You never want to watch something like
Somebody's
that.
mentioned a film called Bone Tomahawk. I have actually seen it. If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's like a cowboy film, but it's combined with The Hills Have Eyes, with a very, very, very disturbing scene in a cave. I think if it's that one.
Says he's right. It's Pretty in Pink. A movie that you don't expect to have just naked teenage girls in it has naked teenage girls. It's very
Carrie was
exciting.
probably the first one I saw where I was like, oh, don't want to be watching this with me mum sat over there.
Yeah. I think we all have that story. Maybe not Anne. Anne has been 45 for her whole life, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's Anne's parents
Cats are
feel
all
like
about
that with
that.
Anne.
Oh, we're going dark again.
Again, we gotta lighten up the cult, people. Gotta.
Yarn, fluffy pink yarn.
Fluffy, whatever color this yarn is. I still haven't been able to decide what color this is. Do you know?
Is that
Anne?
rose gold?
I mean, rose gold's a good answer. I think of it as kind of peachy, but like not like a bright peachy. I don't know.
My lighting in here is so terrible. When my husband built this house, I was pregnant and having our first child, and so I didn't think of things like how much lighting I would like to have because I had a newborn.
Your podcast.
And now 10 years later, I'm like, and I'm old now. My eyes are old, and I'm like, I can't see this. What color is this? I was trying to read my knitting needles the other day in the dark. I couldn't read this writing on the side. Whatever. So anyway.
Someone said it's toffee coloured.
Yeah. I need more light.
Well, next year, if you still haven't got one, I'll get you one for Christmas.
Thanks. Appreciate
if we can get it to you.
With some more Jammy Dodgers.
Things. You might not like them.
She has had one.
I ate one.
Oh, you did? And did you like it?
It was good.
Was it
nice?
Special?
I think I'm going to have my second one with tea.
Was it sweeter than you're used to, or not as sweet?
No, not as sweet as what I'm used to.
I think that's the thing. Our biscuits are definitely not sweet as yours. Because I think you guys put more sugar in everything. I think, even things that shouldn't have sugar in, like bread. I don't know.
Well, bread doesn't have that much sugar in it.
Doesn't it?
When I make bread, I only put in like a teaspoon.
Oh, I don't mean when you make it yourself. I mean if you go to a store and buy ready-made bread,
Okay.
And same with the biscuit. Oh, well, you call them cookies, don't you? Well, Jammy Dodgers are a biscuit. They're not a cookie.
Okay.
But
I thought all cookies were biscuits.
No, there's a rule.
Okay.
There's a rule.
Okay. I'm ready.
If you break it and it snaps, it's a biscuit. If you break it and there's a bit of like, like a bit like cake, you know what I mean, don't you? Like breaks apart easily without a snap, then it's a cookie.
Sorry, this just reminds me of watching Bake Off, and Paul Hollywood is all like, all they should all snap. I'm like, what about like a gooey chocolate chip cookie? That should not snap. That should
But
not
that's a
snap.
cookie. That cookies
But-
don't have to snap. Biscuits do.
So if I make chocolate chip cookies and whatever, I did something wrong the last time I made them and they all snapped. So would that be a biscuit or is it still a
Yeah.
cookie?
It's a biscuit.
Okay, interesting.
Because what it actually
Like,
means, the
find
word
a British
biscuit,
person to give your failed chocolate chip cookies to. You're like, here, this is just all wrong. You got to take this.
yeah, biscuit
also-
means twice baked. That's what it actually means. So the idea was that you would make a cake or a cookie, and then you would cook it again, and that's what made it so hard and solid and snappable,
Interesting.
apparently.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
So
See, I also remember Paul Hollywood saying that it was an American Pie challenge in the British Bake Off. And then he was all like, American pies are too sweet. And it's like, you know what? Shut your mouth. You don't say, Norwegian candy, too sweet. So we're going to do it different for the challenge.
but you
No,
do
it
say,
the right
oh,
way.
You know that English food, dead boring. So come on, be fair.
Sorry, DK.
so who's Paul Hollywood and why do I care what he thinks?
He's the judge. He's the real judge, I would say, in Great British Bake Off. That
Yeah.
Prue, not a very good judge. Just saying, she's there, but Paul
Well,
Hollywood
Prue's
is
only
how
there
you want
because
to
Mary
impress.
Berry left.
Yes, and Mary Berry was awesome.
Yeah.
Her name was really Mary Berry. Did her
Yeah.
parents hate her?
Well, I'm assuming Berry was her married name, wasn't it? Well, she was she must be like 99 or something now. She's ancient. She's been
Oh.
like around since the dawn of time doing baking and stuff.
The dawn of time. Well, that's fantastic.
I think she made the unleavened bread, for Passover or whatever it was. She was around then, honestly. Yeah,
Oh, good
Prue,
gracious.
the one who's taken over, she's a funny one. She, in the 60s, she was a little bit of a sex kitten, apparently. I mean, I wasn't around in the 60s, that early in the 60s anyway. Yeah, and I don't know how she's still famous. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I've never heard of her. And if she was a sex kitten in the 60s, how old is she now?
Old.
Like
She's
100?
old. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, older than me.
How
If
she
you can
wears like
believe it.
broken blinds for jewelry and stuff. She's got some really hideous fashion going.
Yeah.
So what show is
But,
this?
if you can rebrand yourself later in life as baking judge and you had a previous
And
career,
Bag Lady?
yeah, I mean, good for you.
Okay then.
It's very
Go on, DK,
important.
you were just going to ask a question then. Go on.
I want to know what show this is.
The Great
Oh.
British Baking
Yeah,
Show,
Great
Oh,
or Bake Off,
Yeah.
or
Yeah, the
on-
Great British Bake Off.
okay.
You've never seen it?
No.
It's kind of
Awesome.
huge in America. I think it's bigger in America than it is here. I think.
Well, my kids and I like to watch. There's a show that was on Netflix called Is It Cake?
Oh.
And that was a fun show. But
Okay, the thing about watching Bake Off is that it will totally ruin American cooking shows for you because it's so much better. Just
Oh, really?
gonna straight up say that the Brits do a better baking show because the Americans, you'll watch an American cooking show afterwards and they're gonna be like, and then we're using extra ingredients, and you're like, oh no, and the timer is buzzing really big on the wall, and everyone's freaking out and they're making fun of each other and they're doing everything. In the Great British Baking Show, the tension of the Great British Baking Show is being the highest quality possible to impress Paul. And if you're flipping your cake and the cake comes out of the tin, that's some serious stuff. And you're sitting there, you're like, oh my gosh, I hope her cake turns out. I don't know. But, and then it'll be like in previews for the show, and someone will like drop pastries on the floor, and you'll be like, ah!
And never forget the scandal year of the baked Alaska that wasn't in the freezer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that made national
See,
news.
I don't
And
know what
all-
any of this is, but I like the show. I like the cooking show where you get the basket of ingredients and you don't know what's in there, and then you have to make whatever it is out of them. I think that's exciting.
See, no,
You might
don't-
like the Great
That's
British
fine.
Sewing Bee
I've never seen.
Why is everything the
Oh.
Great British something? Like,
because they're
you guys
copying
don't have any other
the
names?
baking show. The
Yeah.
baking show
Well,
did it first, and then the sewing
right.
one copied
Well,
it.
and
Okay.
then also before you talk about the Great British Showing Bee, part of it too is that the contestants are there for much longer, and like a lot of people on the show get their own cookbooks, like all the
They
time.
do.
Like you
They
can
do.
anybody, basically anyone on the show, if you're like, hey, I want, whoever's
The
cookbook.
winner gets their own TV show.
Cool.
Really?
Yeah, so I think have they all? I know there was Nate, was she called Naomi or something? She got a TV show. They don't always last very long. They might.
Well, and
miss-
part
you
of
know,
it is that the own TV show thing, at least from the show perspective, they don't tell you, hey, if you win, you get your own TV show. That's kind of like
yeah.
it's the whole different mentality between professional and amateur. Like if you worked at a bakery, you cannot compete in Bake Off. That's part of the rules. You have to be
Oh,
the
really?
amateur baker.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
No, but it's I
Well,
would
you
say
didn't know about the show at
old-fashioned.
all.
It's a very British thing to be like, oh no, we're not professionals, we're amateurs, but we get book deals, but we don't say we get book deals. Like that's just kind of a like we wouldn't say something like that. Like if it was America, it'd be like, you win a truck and $40,000, and you'd be like, yay! They do not do that in America. If you win Bake Off, you get a cake plate that says you won Bake Off, and they give you flowers. That's it. From a
That's
show.
it. From
Yes.
this whole thing. That sounds
Yeah.
like a bunch of shit. And the show I was talking about is Chopped.
It's BBC though,
And-
is it?
And Mary Berry is 88 and she was born in 35. So there you go.
Say
friends.
Dawn of Time.
There we go.
Yes. Dawn of
but-
Time.
No, but you know how in American shows though they'll do like the and oh man, the competition between Joe and Tammy is very thing, and then Tammy will be like, and Joe's a jerk, and Joe will be like, and I just didn't know what I was going to do with my pea soup, and you're like, it'll do the little sort of darkened room sort of like picture thing. Yeah, Bake Off does not do that, for which I am eternally grateful. If they're talking about their dish, it's because they're standing there with their dish right then, and they'll be like, hey, with dishes like this, you have to really whip up the eggs as they're sitting there.
But you not
whipping
think
the
it's a
egg.
bit insincere though, how they're always supportive of each other, and when the person
Well-
gets chucked off at the end, they're all hugging them and crying and all that.
Sometimes they don't, which is funny. That they'll do like the sort of half hug, but what's my favorite season with Jurgen and Giuseppe? That when Jurgen left, they
I don't
were
watch it religiously though, so I don't know
Neither do
which one this will be. Oh,
Yeah.
did they hate each other?
I don't know that they hated each other, but I think they were kind of sick of his crap. 'Cause they were doing it's polite. Oh, I'm so sorry. He was clearly a good baker and he's
You've
off.
both
and-
got to
but-
watch the Great British Sewing Bee.
okay.
Yes,
no,
tell me
Especially
about this and
DK.
then I have to go. So tell
Okay,
me.
so it's very similar premise. So basically, you've got a very, very well. Oh,
What the hell happened to Anne? She did not want to know about this
yeah,
sewing bee.
it's cakes or nothing with Anne. There's a guy who's like a Savile Row tailor, or used to be, and he's like the Hollywood guy. So you've got and he judges it, and then you've got a woman who is a brilliant seamstress, and she judges it as well. And then what they do every episode, they have a like a mini task and a bigger task. So they'll give them like a T-shirt, and then they've got to do something with the T-shirt that's original. But also there'll be a longer thing where they've got to make, I don't know, a ball gown, or they've got to make a suit for a child or something like that. And it is quite good. It's a lot of the same kind of calmness. You know what I mean? There's no drama in it though. Really,
So it
they
sounds
try. But
slightly like Project Runway. But
I don't know that I've
less
seen that. But
petty.
it might be.
No, that one of the brilliant things about it is that it's not a petty show. I mean, like Neil said, they probably hate each other, but if they hate each other, look, on the TV, they're cool. That there's none of that
Yeah.
coming through it.
There was one participant who is actually quite a famous knitter. I found out afterwards.
Oh.
Don't ask me his name. A British knitter, and he does sewing as well. And I don't think he won it, but he got very, very close.
Yeah.
So, it's interesting to see who goes on it. But you could go on it, DK.
I don't want to. But that's part of why I used to watch Project Runway. My mom and I used to watch it together because in a former life, I made wedding gowns and formal wear. And so we would watch it. And like on Project Runway, they have a task, but it might be like, here, make a ball gown out of cupcake liners. And then they have to figure out how to do that. And so
I have the book somewhere. I don't know where it is. I was going to show you. I did buy the Great British Sewing Bee book, but I don't know where it is. Sorry.
I'm not British, so I might not be able to go on. No, I don't want to go on any sewing show because I can sew. I'm capable.
Oh, no, they can.
I would rather...
The people that go on can sew. So they're not beginners.
No. I can also sew, but I would rather stab my eyes out than have to sew.
Oh, yeah.
So
that is a problem for competition.
I tell you what, when I come to America, you're going to have to teach me because I have a sewing machine and I can sew in a straight line.
Mm-hmm.
I've made cushion covers and cushion
That's
covers.
about as much as I've ever done.
Covers. That is it.
But with Bake Off though, like they're doing like weird American like spin-off shows now, and it's so you have British Bake Off, and then Netflix took it, and then all of a sudden the people on Bake Off were swearing, and I'm like, what?
Oh.
What is this? Nobody. It's like this isn't right. But then in the more recent seasons, they've gone back to light language. I'm like, that the entire thing of this show is that it's all lovely. It's like now Bake Off is edgy. I'm like, no.
Was this when Noel Fielding started?
His first season, or maybe it was like the first 2 seasons after that did it. But it's on Netflix now. I don't know where else it can be found. But yeah, now they're like, they were going to do a celebrity Christmas special. I'm like, I don't care about celebrities baking.
Well, you wouldn't know who they were either because they're going to be like
I know
D-list British celebs, aren't they? You won't know.
Who they are. Just give me some wacko woman with a heavy Welsh accent who will never win because Welsh people never win Bake Off, and I don't know why. I'm rooting for you, Wales, but it never happens. I'm like, come on, make it past round 5.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Welsh people tend to win singing competitions because they're very good at singing.
Very melodic language. I don't know what they're saying.
I don't know.
Yeah, lots of the big belters. I bet you don't know Shirley Bassey, do you? Do you know Shirley Bassey?
I know Shirley Bassey.
Yeah, she's Welsh. So
Tom Jones.
Tom Jones, yeah. Charlotte Church, is she called? The other opera singer with the blonde hair. I can't think of her name. I don't know her name. Honestly, I don't. But,
anyways, sorry.
Comments.
DK is
no idea.
He's like, come on, guys. It's almost 2 hours.
Yeah. I think DK needs the loo. I can see that she's desperate.
No, I'm just
like that, moving about. You know when you really need to go.
No, not even a little. I promised my husband that I wouldn't be too long because we're going to watch something. He's been trying to get me to do something. So, not an adult movie like Neil's talking about.
He's anticipating this adult movie. Yes, I can see.
We're anticipating the fact that
he'll start on his own if you're not careful.
Like I like to tell Anne, we love our kids more than anything, but there's something very happy when they're not
when you
here.
get rid of them. Which is why you would drive 2.5 hours to get rid of them.
Dude, my kids have been sick for 2 weeks. So do you think I've slept through the night for 2 weeks? No, I haven't. And then they've been feeling better. And then somebody had a bad dream last night and I was still up in the middle of the night. And then the other one at like 3:00 in the morning was like, I'm hungry and I've been reading Harry Potter for an hour. And I'm like, well, why didn't you get yourself a granola bar and please go to sleep? It's 3:00 in the morning. I don't enjoy talking to people in the middle of the night. I'm not you, Neil.
Well,
I might. Anne, give me DK's phone number. I might ring her later.
I was thinking.
I will disown both of you. This will be the end of it. It will be divorce, Anne. So just think about that.
Wow.
No, I love my sleep. And if you're not a small human that is dependent on me, don't wake me up. Okay? That's all I have to say about it.
That's fair enough, isn't it? Can't say more than that,
yeah.
really.
You know.
Is Neil the babysitter? No chance.
They're married. That time is over. Yeah, pretty accurate. We're married. We've been married a long time. My cat is
Anyways,
now.
if we're sorry,
I'm just
I'm
gonna
sorry
say now
about
my
your
cat's losing their mind.
I was just gonna say if we are wrapping it up, which GK is like, hurry it up. Again, Chicken Lady Fiber Arts promo
We love her.
code we do is
Cardinal.
Cardinal20 PIK for 20% off your order. Please use it. The winner of our giveaway is Dawn MC3101. So please email us. You get your lovely yarn and get beautiful things like this from Chicken Lady.
Oh, before I forget, congratulations, Anne.
Oh.
You need to do
For-
your tearful acceptance speech.
My tearful acceptance speech for my mitten pattern. my beautiful mitten pattern. I would like to thank, like everyone, and particularly Batman, which was totally ripped from the shadow, but that's cool because he kind of has his own life for like a lot of years now, so I guess it doesn't really matter. And the good people of Gotham City who have Zeppelins.
I would like to say
to mention that some people died at some point for somebody's rights, and that totally means something to me. And it's just
give cash to Anne. Anne needs cash.
Anne needs cash. Baby Cookie needs
That could be
clothes. Needs cash.
Old hard cash.
Cold hard.
And I would like to say that I didn't read the fine print, and I didn't know that I had to knit my mittens, so I never did.
You didn't have to. It was just an additional option. So there were two
But
competitions.
I didn't read the fine print, and I didn't know that, so I missed that part.
Well,
Says
you snooze, you lose.
And Halloween Angel considered Anne being kidnapped by Gothamville.
Who was the person that did the Oscar speech where it was, do you still love me now? Do you love me now? Who was that? Was it Sally Fields?
Sally Fields, did you like me? You really like me, but I don't know about the do you still love me?
I don't know.
I think it's probably that one. I'm getting it mixed up. I think it was that one.
The only thing I can think of is the crazy chick who
Which one?
said that
Gwyneth
hers
Paltrow?
was she was on Dawson's Creek. What the hell is her name? Michelle Williams, who said that she was able to win the prize because of her abortion. So that's always a highlight. You guys remember that? That was several years ago.
Oh yes, I
0
remember
people
now.
have died in the production of this mitten. I don't know about the mill ends side of things really, but I'm gonna guess no. And no, nobody died to make this happen. Just saying.
And I don't think you had an abortion in the
That's right.
process, did you?
No,
Just
no,
to
I
win.
didn't. Just to win your mitten
That-
competition.
Yeah, because that was in the small print.
Crap.
Joke, obviously. Sick joke,
Oh,
I
good
know.
gracious,
Completely
guys.
inappropriate.
That's what I get
So.
for not reading the fine print.
Okay,
Spell-
I'm leaving before this gets any weirder. So
All
then,
right.
It's only going to
friends,
go darker, isn't it?
It's only gonna go
Um,
downhill from here.
comment to get entered to win this week's Icy Blue, this month's Icy Blue colorway. It's very pretty.
Yes.
Cardinal 20 PIK. Thanks for coming, Neil. Thanks for being up
Thanks for having
randomly in
me.
the night, hanging out. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.